Number 1. Isekai Onsen Paradise. Kuzu Yukawa is a passionate hot springs enthusiast, a hot springs hunter who was able to sniff out the source of springs. One day, while searching for a hidden hot spring to revitalize a town, he slips off a cliff and dies. He is then reincarnated into another world by an Inari deity of a small shrine hidden in the rocks. Kuzu is joined by Inari's messenger princess, Mayutama. The hot spring hunter within Kuzu is stirred right away, as he takes a bath with Mayutama in the hot spring he just discovered. Then, an elf girl appears. Number 2. The New Gate. The New Gate is an online life or death game with tens of thousands of players.
Limit off.
Thanks to Shin, the most skilled veteran player, the other players will finally be released from the game. Shin has killed the last boss and believes he is finally able to escape when he is blinded by a flash of mysterious light. He awakes to find himself in the game's world 500 years later. So begins a new chapter in the life of an unsurpassed legendary player. Number 3. Salad Bowl of Eccentrics. Sosuke Kaburaya is a detective struggling to make ends meet. While on a case, he happens upon Sarah de Odin, a princess from another world who wields magical powers. Sarah quickly adjusts to modern Japanese life as Livia de Udis, a knight from Sarah's kingdom, arrives to find her. Soon enough, both Sarah and Livia's positivity begins to rub off on Sosuke and the neighborhood's cast of characters. Number 4. Monster. Tomoki Kanata has been reincarnated in the weakest goblin, named Gobaru, after having undergone an unfortunate death. However, Gobaru has retained his previous life's memories, an unusual evolution, as well as becoming strong enough to gain status boosts from eating. In this alternate world of survival of the fittest, events unfold with competent subordinates and comrades, delightful case of the tail-wagging dog. Number 5. An Archdemon's Dilemma, How to Love Your Elf Bride. The young but feared sorcerer Zagan is a candidate to become a member of the 13 Archdemons, a group of the strongest sorcerers in the world, following the death of their eldest member, Marcosias. When attending the deceased Archdemon's estate auction, Zagan finds something he did not expect: love at first sight. The sorcerer impulsively spends all his money to take Nephilia, a rare elf slave, back to his castle. Given the girl's mysterious and troubling past, there is a lot for Zagan to uncover about his new companion. Number 6. Blue Archive: The Animation. Kavotos is a federal megalopolis comprising thousands of schools and is led by the General Student Council, GSC, which acts as its governing body. Ironically, despite being an academy city, Kavotos is rife with gun violence, and all students wield firearms as part of their everyday lives. As if the crisis in Kavotos was not enough, the GSC president is nowhere to be found. Fortunately, before her sudden disappearance, the GSC president enlisted the help of Sensei, a teacher who is most likely the only one in Kavotos, to support students in their time of need. Sensei's first course of action is to assist Abidas High School, a once prestigious academy now with merely 5 students in attendance. These remaining students are doing everything they can to pay their academy's crippling debt of almost 1 billion yen. Number 7. Mushoku Tensei Second Season Part 2. Following the faceless god Hidegami's advice seems to have worked wonders for Rudius Grirat. After enrolling into the University of Magic as he was told, Rudius reunites with his childhood friend Sylphiette, who put a valiant effort into curing his condition. The two grow ever closer together and decide to host a wedding party, inviting the friends they have made over the years to announce and formalize their relationship. For all his recent blessings, however, Rudius' troubles are far from over. The research he is helping Shizuka Nanahoshi conduct hits a bottleneck, sending her into a deep slump much like he experienced in his previous life. Furthermore, a letter from his father, Paul, brings complications to Rudius' relationships, and Sylphiette still knows next to nothing about his real background. Number 8. Moonlit Fantasy Season 2. Finally, after 3 years of waiting, the fan-favorite Isekai, which is Fantasy Moonlit It's Here, is back for the sequel. This iconic single protagonist stuck at level 1 is so overpowered that he hides his overpower to not scare the people away. The story continues with brand new characters who waiting to be introduced and a brand new fighting and adventures to get yourself so engaged with this awesome Isekai anime. Number 9. I was reincarnated as the 7th prince so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability. Prince Lloyd wasn't always a prince. In fact, his previous life is one he remembers perfectly. He was a sorcerer of sorts. So when he was forced to reincarnate, he decided to continue his studies, Prince of the Realm or no. But his new life has its own sets of challenges, including being a 10-year-old. What's the 7th prince/sorcerer to do? Number 10. As a reincarnated aristocrat, I'll use my appraisal skill to rise in the world. An ordinary salaryman dies one day and is reborn as Ars Luvent, the son of a noble. Although he isn't talented in magic or swordplay, he does have one skill that no one else possesses: appraisal. Using this ability, Ars can determine a person's current strength, how much potential they hold, and where their talents rest. This skill is especially useful in the present situation of the country. The government is corrupt, revolts occur more often than not, and nobles far and wide are strengthening their fortifications in preparation for an all-out war. With this in mind, Ars realizes he too must prepare by gathering talented people.